Welcome to this week's weekly Action Central Extra. I'm Kendra Shee, and today's special guest is Ryann Honea of Abilene Christian Women's Golf and the golf tournament coming up here in the next week or so. Abilene Christian looking to make some noise. How has this season been for you through your lens as you're approaching the big conference tournament?
Yeah, it's big. We've had a good long season. It's been really busy. We've had a lot of reps and everything. We're really excited for all of it to pay off next week at the WAC. It's kind of something you look forward to since August, and you work so hard constantly all year. Kind of like unlike any other sport. We don't, other sports have a season, but we play year round in hopes to advance to regionals and the nationals. So it's really exciting just to have anxiousness and everything to watch everything pay off. We're really looking forward to it.
For you, what's the best part of your game right now? What have you worked to improve going into this tournament?
Yeah, really my chipping, just scrambling, getting up and down. I feel like that's where I typically lose a lot of strokes. I'm a really good putter, but I feel like sometimes if my ball striking is not where I want it to be, I'm missing greens. And so if I can get up and down, I feel like I'm gaining strokes on the field. And so I worked a lot on that, and we'll continue to work this next week on that as well. But hopefully that will help me gain some strokes on the field. And same with my team. We worked a lot on that really all semester, all year, and it's really paying off. So we're excited.
And looking at the program, Abilene Christian started the women's golf program last year. What was it like to be a part of a brand new program at a new university?
Yeah, it was really special, something unique. I love to talk about it just because it's weird, like thinking we only have two alum of the program, and like Sydney Williams, our senior, will only be our third. It doesn't really feel like a new program. Our coaches have done a fantastic job of like starting a program that feels like it's been around for 30, 40 years. We don't really feel like guinea pigs, which is awesome. But it's really cool to think like everywhere we go, everything we do, we have a chance to write history in the history books, and especially last year, but this year too, even just like things that you wouldn't really think about that it's like, oh, this is a new program. We have a chance to do something really cool here, stuff like that. But it's just really unique to be a part of it and just write history, and create the legacy that ACU women's golf will have for years and years to come.
And you were a transfer in from Louisville. And so, what brought you to Abilene? What was it about the idea of starting this program that made you want to transfer and be a part of it?
Yeah, I mean our head coach Rob Bennett here was the assistant at Louisville. So he recruited me there. I knew him, I trusted him. And when he told me they had something special going, and it's hard to trust that when there's nothing before you to prove, but I really did trust him a lot. He's a great coach, a great mentor, and so I really had faith in him, and I appreciate, his insight and believing in me too, also just to trust me with the program and help leading it too. I think that's really special. But yeah, and it's only an hour and a half from my hometown, and so to kind of come back to my home roots in Abilene, my swing coach is here in Abilene, always has been, and so it's just like kind of a whole world combined into one. It's been really special. Just to be close to home, start everything. We have a team full of Texans, and then one of our girls is from France. And so everyone kind of knew each other growing up, which is also really special. We're all really close. And so to do it all together makes it even more special. So yeah, that's kind of why I ended up transferring here. And I have absolutely no regrets. So
A whole family reunion with your family, your golf family,
yeah.
people that you knew on the team that are now on the team.
Yeah.
Very special opportunity there. And what is one thing that your coach has maybe challenged you with this year? I know you're a big vocal leader on the team, but maybe something else that he's really put on your plate.
I would say again, like leading, Delaney Martin was our senior last year, and she led really well. And so me and Sydney kind of had to step into those shoes, and then we had big shoes to fill. And so I think that was another big thing. Delaney was really good at holding everyone accountable in a verbal way and calling us out, which is good in a team. It's good for accountability, and good team culture. And I think that's something that Coach B really challenged me with to try and step into Delaney's shoes, call people out verbally because we know it'll make us better. Just lead in that way, which has been new for me, but it's been important for our team to continue that, like Delaney did for us last year. And then also, he's just challenging me to get to nationals individually. Like I went to the regional tournament last year, but to get to nationals is obviously the end goal. And then as a team, just trying for me to give my team all the knowledge that I have and pour into them everything that I've learned to get to where I was last year, the regional point, and just kind of share my insight with them, my thoughts, how I get there has also been kind of important, an important job for me just to kind of share with my team what you need to do, what it takes to get to that level, just because I was there before and I've experienced it. And so I think that's something else that he's kind of challenged me with. But yeah.
100%. And let's go all the way back to when you picked up your very first golf club. Did you know that that was going to be the sport for you? How did you even get into the sport?
Yeah, my dad played golf and I was like 4 when I first went to the driving range with him around then. And I would just go hit golf balls, hang out. It's just good bonding time for us. And then he noticed, I guess, that I had a really natural talent in it. I swung the golf club very naturally. It wasn't forced. I enjoyed practicing. And so then when I was 7, I started playing some tournaments. And then right after that, I got swing lessons from Jimmy Tidwell, who's the head pro here at Abilene Country Club, who's still my swing coach. But at the time, he was in San Angelo, where I'm from, at my country club. So um, got lessons from him. And then I didn't, I knew I loved golf, but I didn't know that was the end sport, if, I guess you could say. I played soccer here and there, didn't really like it. I loved volleyball in middle school. I really did. I wanted to play in high school, but then, middle school is where you kind of have to start making some big decisions. And I realized that I probably had a better chance at playing collegiate golf than I did collegiate volleyball just because I'm 5 foot tall and I just was more naturally inclined to golf, honestly. And so I quit volleyball and was golf full force from there. And yeah, so
Never looked back, never regretted
no,
it.
no.
Will any of your family members be in attendance? I know that you came home, you're close, they could probably catch all of the tournaments that you have in Texas, but will they be in Phoenix watching in Wigwam?
Yes,
Funding.
my mom, my dad, and then my 10-year-old brother, and then my 2 grandparents will be there as well. So it'll be special.
Does the brother want to play golf?
He does. He is into golf. He actually got his first lesson with Jimmy, I think, about a month ago, beginning of March, and he loved it. He got new clubs and new golf shoes for Christmas with spikes on them. So he's kind of in a golf hook, and he made a master's bracket for this week, and he's really, really excited about it. So yeah, he loves golf, but also he's 10, and so he's playing basketball and all of those things. So we'll see. But yeah, he likes it.
Well, certainly has a great sister to follow as
Thanks.
you look at just going into this tournament, what is the mindset of this team? We touched on it a little bit, but just to wrap up, the end goal is obviously to get to the NCAAs and represent the
Mhm.
conference in, of course, on an individual level as well. But what's the mindset this week as it's coming up
Yeah,
next week?
I think we approach our coach does a really good job of reminding us of this. Um, Me individually and the team individually, I think we all have the same goal. So I'll kind of address that all together. But I think we treat the WAC as any other tournament. You just kind of have to. You can't treat it like something special. Like I heard Rory say in his press conference yesterday that like he doesn't treat the Masters any different. He treats it like it would just be a regular season tournament. And so I think we do a really good job of that. Just in our preparing, we prepare the same ways as we would for any other tournament. Just to try and I think also calm some nerves and some anxiety just because, we work so long and so hard to get to conference. And I think if you work up all the feelings and be like, oh, it's conference when you're practicing, it just kind of creates all this unnecessary noise. that just kind of gets in your head, which is really bad for golf. So I think we prepare in the same way. We're obviously really excited. Goal is to win and get to regionals. Um, but yeah, I think we don't prepare any differently. We prepare just like any other event. Um, we're gonna try and hit all the greens, and the putts are bound to fall. So we're really excited. But yeah.
And do you have any superstitions when you're golfing? Is there a particular way you have to approach the green, anything like that?
Not really. I'm not really a superstitious person, honestly. I'm a very analytical person. I think in numbers, and so I try and just play the smartest way possible. I mean, I think you approach every golf course in a different way. Depends on the course, and the yardages you're playing and everything, but and obviously how you're hitting the golf ball. But I'm a very analytical person. I'm not really superstitious. I just kind of take it as I have it and look at all the numbers, um, and then go from there. Yeah.
Well, awesome. We're wishing you the best of luck as Abilene Christian will head to the WAC Women's Golf Tournament. It gets underway Monday, April 14th. You can follow along on all WAC socials. It's at Wigwam in Phoenix, Arizona. Ryann Honea, thank you so much for joining and sharing a little bit about your golf journey.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.